It is time now for Inside Out as SNY NBA insider Ian Begley joins us from Madison Square Garden. And Ian, Jalen Brunson was terrific with 37 points, but Randall and RJ Barrett were not. They shot a combined 11 for 32. Why were they unable to get into an offensive rhythm against the Lakers on Tuesday?
One thing about Julius Randle with the Lakers, he says this is the one team that he always gets up for. He always puts an extra onus on this game because the Lakers drafted him, didn't re-sign him. I don't know if that factored into the way he played tonight against Los Angeles, but he was out of rhythm, a couple bad turnovers late, so not a great night for him. And then the last play of regulation, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. Randle gets the ball. Tom Thibodeau said that there were three options on that play. The Knicks end up not getting a shot off before the buzzer, with Randle getting a shot blocked. Just not good execution. And, you know, you chalk that up to, again, Randle having a tough night, and also, I guess, players not making the right read on that play. Tom Thibodeau didn't say explicitly that Randle made the wrong read, but he certainly hinted at it.
Yeah, certainly a tough double team for Randall there, being smothered by Anthony Davis and LeBron. All right, how much should we read into RJ Barrett being stuck on the bench down the stretch in regulation and overtime, and especially the frustration for Barrett in not talking to the media after the game?
Yeah, RJ Barrett, win or lose, has been there to answer questions after every game of his career that I know of. And so this was out of character for Barrett, or just not something that he usually does. I don't know why he chose not to speak. I would assume that he was frustrated about not playing, but I don't want to put words in his mouth. But the bottom line is, with Tom Thibodeau, there's a decision for him to make game in and game out, whether it's RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly. One of those guys seemingly will be on the bench late in these games. And when you have depth and you're winning, it's a blessing. But when you have depth and you're losing games, it's easy to second guess, hey, why wasn't RJ Barrett out there? Why didn't he go with player X? Clearly tonight it didn't work. But the Barrett frustration is something to keep an eye on, something I'd be worried about if I were the Knicks and Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau obviously keeping the hot hand of Emmanuel Quickly on the court, who was out there with Jalen Brunson working offensively. All right, we are getting closer and closer to next Thursday's trade deadline. So, Ian, do the Knicks have any moves on the horizon?
They have Sadiq Bey on their radar, player with the Pistons, but the issue there is it's unclear if Detroit's actually willing to move him at this point. You know, they had conversations about Bey earlier leading up to the trade deadline, but now it seems to be more towards them holding on to Bey, so it'll be interesting to see how things proceed there. A number of different ways the Knicks could go. OG Anunoby is obviously the biggest name out there that the Knicks have been linked to. Just depends on how aggressive they want to be there with Toronto. It would take a significant offer to pry Anunoby from the Raptors. I have a hard time seeing the Knicks go there before this deadline, but let's see how the games play out between now and, let's say, February 5th. Maybe the Knicks are in a different spot, a little more desperate to make that big move.
Yeah, and you referenced Bey. He's averaging nearly 14.5 points a game for the Pistons. Ian Begley, thanks for joining us from the world's most famous arena.